Jai I am Brig Advitya Madan. Today, let's discuss what have been the hiccups in the last few days of the 20-point peace plan proposed by Trump to bring an end to the Gaza conflict. The biggest stumbling block has been that the International Stabilization Force, known as ISF, is not United Nations mandated. ISF won't have the authority or the credibility to enforce ceasefire between the IDF and a few splinter groups of Hamas who may operate even after the exchange of 48 Israeli hostages and Palestinians as a first step by both the warring groups. I will give you an example of Lebanon. In 1982, the four-nation multinational force drawn from USA, UK, and France was established outside the United Nations framework to oversee the withdrawal of Palestine Liberation Organization from Lebanon when Israel invaded. And we should understand this happened only after some kind of political resolution and two ceasefire agreements were struck between the PLO and the Israel. But still, the multinational force got bogged down fighting Hezbollahs. How can we ever forget that the biggest attack on the multinational force on 23rd October 1983 on USA Marine barracks, killing 242 Marines and 58 French paratroopers near Beirut International Airport. It was the deadliest attack on American soldiers since Second World War. Ultimately, the multinational force had to withdraw from Lebanon in March 1984. I think it's very important to highlight the fact, which many would not know, that it was in early 1980s that Israel indirectly supported Hamas and used them to suppress the PLO, Palestine Liberation Organization. It first officially recognized Hamas as a charitable organization, which rose from being a simple movement of Muslim brotherhood, then a social organization, then it became a political organization, and then in December 1987, it rose as a militant organization as part of resistance movement against Israel. Though USA has planned for the International Stabilization Force with help of Arab nations such as Egypt, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and United Arab Emirates, not to talk of Turkey, Pakistan, and Indonesia. But in the past, the same Arab countries have made it clear that Arab nations will not participate in any non UN international deployment in Palestine. There are certain other contradictions here we must understand. The Tony Blair, part of Trump's Board of Peace, had recommended in the past that the Transitional Authority in Gaza, what is known as ISF, should be established by the UN Security Council resolution. Also, Israel has historically viewed UN troops as hostile. There have been many instances when Israeli defense forces have clashed with the UNFL troops. Even Trump doesn't want ISF to operate under Israel, uh, under UN mandate, as we have seen a few days back how Trump criticized UN in his address. Israel has also refused for a complete withdrawal from Gaza due to pressure from its coalition partners and domestic politics. On the other side, Hamas are not willing to disarm themselves, and still they want to have a say in comprehensive Palestinian national framework, that is the governance. So these are the bottlenecks, and also the neutrality of ISF would always remain a suspect in the minds of Hamas, which will operate without being authorized by a UN Security Council, and its operations will always be determined by a Trump-led Board of Peace. We will take another example of Afghanistan, where we saw that despite of UN established International Stabilization Assistance Force, that is ISAF in 2003, and then NATO-led Resolute Support Mission, it failed in their strategic objectives, and Taliban returned to power in 2021. So as of now, Gaza peace plan seems to be more of a band-aid rather than a breakthrough. Thank you. Stay tuned to this channel for more analysis on the Gaza situation.